What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of When, Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. MLB. Houston Astros versus New York Yankees. The Astros have a 52.8% chance to win. The Yankees have a 47.2% chance to win. This is at New York. For pitchers, Brown for the Astros has an ERA of 2.47, a WHIP of .98, and Schlittler for the Yankees has an ERA of 4.58 and a WHIP of 1.68. Now, Brown has pitched in 131 innings this year, while Schlittler has only pitched in 19 2/3. So let's look at Schlittler's career. And that's it for his career. So yeah, so with really good pitching for Brown, basically not really good numbers for Schlittler, but also not a lot of pitching for Schlittler. I think from experience standpoint and number standpoint, the Astros have a definite advantage. So despite the home field advantage that the Yankees have, I think with the pitching advantage, I think the Astros will beat the Yankees tomorrow. Philadelphia Phillies versus Texas Rangers. The Phillies have a 53.3% chance to win, and the Rangers have a 46.7% chance to win. This is at Texas. For pitchers, Sanchez for the Phillies has an ERA of 2.4 and a WHIP of 1.07. And Kelly for the Rangers has an ERA of 3.22 and a WHIP of 1.04. So good pitcher for both teams. I think it's a definite advantage for the Phillies. So despite the home field advantage that the Rangers have, I think with the pitching advantage, I think the Phillies will beat the Rangers tomorrow. New York Mets versus Milwaukee Brewers. The Mets have a 42.2% chance to win, and the Brewers have a 57.8% chance to win. This is at Milwaukee. For pitchers, Senga for the Mets has an ERA of 2.31, a WHIP of 1.25. And Woodruff for the Brewers has an ERA of 2.22 and a WHIP of .64. Now, Senga has pitched in 89 2/3 innings this year, while Woodruff has only pitched in 28 1/3. So let's look at Woodruff's career. So with Woodruff, he has a career of 3.06 and a WHIP of 1.03. So with those numbers, that's good pitching for both teams. You know, not really big advantage either way. So I think home field advantage is a big thing here. So I think the Brewers will beat the Mets tomorrow. Chicago Cubs versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Cubs have a 61.3% chance to win, and the Cards have a 38.7% chance to win. This is at St. Louis for pitchers. Boyd for the Cubs has an ERA of 2.34 and a WHIP of 1.03, and McGreevy for the Cards has an ERA of 5.08, a WHIP of 1.23. Now, Boyd has pitched 132 thirds innings this year, while McGreevy's only pitched 39. So let's look at McGreevy's career. So for his career, he has an ERA of 3.92 and a WHIP of 1.06. So he hasn't pitched a lot, and based on numbers, based on experience, I say it's a definite advantage for the Cubs. So despite the home field advantage that the Cards have, I think with the pitching advantage, I think the Cubs will beat the Cardinals tomorrow. Boston Red Sox versus San Diego Padres. The Red Sox have a 33.5% chance to win, and the Padres have a 66.5% chance to win. This is at San Diego for pitchers. Buehler for the Red Sox has an ERA of 5.74 and a WHIP of 1.6. And Pivetta for the Padres has an ERA of 2.73 and a WHIP of .94. So good pitching for Pivetta, terrible pitching for Buehler. So it's a definite advance for the Padres. So with home field advantage and pitching advantage, I think the Padres will beat the Red Sox tomorrow. Toronto Blue Jays versus Los Angeles Dodgers. The Blue Jays have a 38.3% chance to win, and the Dodgers have a 61.7% chance to win. This is at LA. For pitchers, Scherzer for the Blue Jays has an ERA at 4.39, whip of 1.05. And Kershaw for the Dodgers has an ERA at 3.29, whip of 1.29. Now, Scherzer has only pitched in 41 innings this year, and Kershaw has only pitched in 65 and two-thirds innings this year. So let's look at both of their careers. So with Scherzer, he has a career ERA of 3.18 and a whip of 1.08. And for Kershaw, he has a career ERA of 2.52 and whip of 1.02. So good pitcher for both teams. These are obviously like major veteran pitchers. So I think home field advantage would be the big thing here. So I think with the home field advantage, I think the Dodgers will beat the Blue Jays tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.